Hi there, and welcome to Jay's Toy Collection UK. And we're going to do a bit of shopping, but just to warn you, I'm not very happy. So you will see as we go along through this video. And as you can see on the screen, we have some brand new McFarlane toys that have just been announced for Crisis on Infinite Earths. And what a story it was, resetting the DC universe way back in the mid 1980s. One of the only DC books I've read cover to cover and had a lovely time doing it. So I was very excited when I got home from work and saw that these figures had been announced. It might be Toddy Mac, but I will take Crisis on Infinite Earth figures. Then I did a bit more digging. So shout out to JC over at tnitoynews.com. I saw his post and thought, oh, you've got that wrong, JC. You've obviously made a bit of a typo there. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, we will in a second. These figures are, I hate to break this to you, $40 per figure. I will say that again, just in case you didn't hear me. $40 per figure. What are we doing, Toddy Mac? How did we get to $40 per figure? Now, I'm not usually one to moan, as you can see if you've seen the channel before. I do love toy collecting. I've been toy collecting for 20 years. I've got all sorts of lines. McFarlane Toys is a line I started to collect at the start. I dropped it. They brought me back in. I dropped it. They brought me back in. And if you've seen my top 23 of 2023 video, you will see McFarlane Toys features twice on that list. I think the Lobo figure is absolutely outstanding. They've done last year with the Space Hog and, of course, the Riddler. The Riddler, the classic-looking Riddler, drew me back in to McFarlane Toys, but not at £40 a figure. What is going on? I thought this has to be a pricing error, but it doesn't seem to be a pricing error because, as you can see on the screen share, we are on McFarlaneToys.com, and as you'll see in a second, these are actually $40 per figure. So if anybody from McFarlane is watching, please let me know. Is this a pricing error? Is it what I thought it was first? Has somebody just made a bit of a mess up somewhere and got the wrong price on the figures? Or is this the new Build-A-Figure price from McFarlane? Because let's be honest, we've now gone higher than Hasbro. So we've gone higher than Hasbro pricing here. I know we've all not been too happy with the Hasbro price increases. I know Todd's crept up a little bit, but he's used to be very competitive with his pricing. And that is another attractive thing about the McFarlane Toys line. They may not be the greatest articulated action figures there, but you do sometimes get quite a decent sculpt. Occasionally you'll get a good bit of paint apps, but you had value, or at least in my opinion, you had a bit of value because they were a lower priced figure. But not if we're going to $40 per figure. So let's take a closer look. Let me know your thoughts, of course, in the comments below. Do you think it's an error? Is this the way forward? And if you are in McFarlane Toys, are you now going to drop them, or what's happening here? Because this is all a bit crazy. A man's just finished work and he comes home to this news. So as you will see here, then, if I go through the screen, this is the brand new Build-A-Figure Wave. Then, so it's gold label, which means it is an exclusive, and it seems to be a McFarlane Toys exclusive. Now, straight away, again, that had alarm bells ringing because McFarlane Toys, as far as I was aware, did not offer international shipping. So I was like, okay, I haven't got a chance at these anyway. But that has changed by the looks of it. So we will go through and do some shopping. It seems McFarlane do now offer some form of international shipping. So whether you're like me and in the UK, you hold out, these might come to UK retail and then we will get them much cheaper. But if they don't, it looks like there is an option to go with McFarlane Toys, but it is going to be a little bit pricey. So we go into the pre-order page now and we will take a look. So we've got 4 main figures in the wave, that being Superman of Earth 2, the Spectre, Psycho Pirate himself, and of course Kid Flash. Got all 4 figures there, and you will be able to build, not the Anti-Monitor, we've got the Anti-Monitor Mega Fig, which I've only literally just got, so I've been having quite a nice time with that one. It is the Monitor. So one of the main characters, of course, of the story, the Monitor himself of the DC universe, is the Build-A-Figure. So it's a pretty cool set, in my opinion. The head sculpt on Superman, straight away, not the greatest, but to get a Spectre figure that looks pretty cool, and Psycho Pirate, my goodness, I wanted a Psycho Pirate and a Monitor for quite a long time. So I was quite excited to see these. So you will see the UK pricing here on the website because they have converted it to the UK pricing. But I will just, if I just share another screen here, you'll be able to see the actual price conversion itself. So they're £31 here in the UK. And if I pop $40 in and share this tab instead, you will see here from a little bit of Googling that $40 is equivalent to £31.42. So these are $40 figures that we actually are working with here. So if I go back to the screen here from McFarlane Toys himself, I am still full of a cold, but I triggered myself basically. I thought, right, I've got to get this off my chest. Cheeky Monkey is going out this evening. The better half's off out, so I'm going to be stuck by myself. I can't rant to myself, so I'll make a video. So here I am. So you do get quite a bundle discount. So you're not looking at $40 if you get the whole bundle. They'll do you a price of £106. And if I just convert that, £106 will be in dollars for my American friends out there. You're looking at $135 then for the actual 4 if you buy the bundle. So I expect they are expecting people to buy the bundle. So you're at $135 for the bundle, or £106 here in the UK. So that is a bit of a discount, but it's still quite pricey per figure. So if you want a further discount, thank you to Toy Shiz. So Toy Shiz here on YouTube and on Instagram. I did see his post. And if you use the code PUNCH15, that's PUNCH15, put that in the checkout and that will save 15% off. So that will make quite the difference, and that will get it down to £90 here in the UK for the bundle. But then you've got the international shipping. So I have got my checkout page. If I just share this one instead, hopefully I haven't messed this up and you can't see all my address. So that is the shipping, because I've just wanted to see what it did. So the cheapest shipping option here in the UK is £46.40. So that's $25 shipping plus nearly $34 in duty and tax. It's the way it works. If it's under £135, under our good old Brexit rules, not quite sure we voted for all that, but that happened. So under all that, you have to pay under £135. You have to pay the 20% VAT directly to the retailer now, and hopefully customs don't sort of hit you again. So no way of getting around that here. So it's £46 added on top of that, or $65 on top of the price is what we will have to pay. So the all-in price for somebody here internationally on this is £137. So £137 is equivalent of £35 per figure. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is quite the price increase for McFarlane Toys. £35 to get them here to the UK. And if I were to do that in dollars, then £35 in dollars means to get these figures here to the UK, they're actually not going to cost us $40. So even with the PUNCH15 code, the 15% discount, and the bundle discount, still going to cost us in the UK $45 per figure to get them over here. So I'm like, I don't quite know what's happening. As I say, a massive toy collector for many a year. This is I collect all sorts of lines. So I some of the cheaper lines are like, okay, it's nice just to have all the representation, do a bit of world building, get all the characters in there. But at these prices, they're kind of eliminating the option to actually do that with all the other lines that I collect out here. So this is new, because if you look here, I've literally just got this in from McFarlane Toys this week. So this is the Poison Ivy figure from the Mr. Freeze Build-A-Figure wave. And this cost less than £25. I think with the discount for buying the bundle, it was £90 for actual 4 figures. So you're only talking roughly there about £22.50. And we've gone from £22.50 to £35. So we've added over £10 on the price. And I just don't get what's happening. So hopefully this video won't date well. McFarlane will fix all this. It'll be just a little pricing error, and we can all live happily ever after. But I get the feeling that's not going to be the case. Is it because this is a popular DC storyline? We wouldn't have any form of the modern DC universe without Crisis on Infinite Earth, bringing all those worlds together. So is it a test that they're going to try an exclusive wave of characters I think people would really want and test that price point? I don't know. Of course, being on McFarlane store, will it go to a discount? I don't know. Will it sell out? I don't know. So leave your thoughts in the comments below, but we will take a closer look at the figures, because I do, as I say, I do actually kind of like the figures. So there is the actual wave itself, and if we go through, then we'll just go through the images with you here. So we've got Kid Flash there, looking like Kid Flash looks, so you can't argue with that. I think that's not a bad looking Kid Flash. Again, the scale sometimes not always there with McFarlane figures. Sometimes the characters are a bit too tall, and you can see the legs there to build the monitor in the back of the packaging. We then move on, of course, to Psycho Pirate. I can't believe it's a Psycho Pirate. He's such a random looking character. I've always loved his character design, really. I'm not quite sure why, but I always did. Of course, I was introduced to him in Crisis on Infinite Earths, and yeah, I just like that character design. The old mask there, I like. I don't know. It's just they've done a Two-Face recently from McFarlane, and a similar. The Two-Face as Batman kind of reminds me of this with the red and black combination. So I do like the look of Psycho Pirate. Can't believe we're actually getting a Psycho Pirate. And am I going to pull the trigger on this wave, I suppose, is the question. It's in the basket. I'm trying to work it out. Will it come to the UK retailers and we will get it a bit cheaper? I don't know. Will it sell out? Gosh, well, you can't sell out at these prices. I don't know. I'm just sort of waffling to myself, ladies and gentlemen. So a bit of an unusual video I'm doing here, but it's just the way I'm feeling right now. So I'm putting my thoughts down on camera. So there's Psycho Pirate, and he will come the torso to build the monitor. And then, of course, the Spectre himself, what a cool character he's been in DC Comics over the years. Still pops up to this day in a lot of stories that I've read. So that's a nice head sculpt, I think, on him there. I like looks of the cape. McFarlane does do quite a nice cape design, the sculpted capes. I am a fan of the soft goods capes, but if you're going for a sculpted cape, I think McFarlane probably does do the best versions. They do give you lots of motion in the capes themselves there. So he will come with another cape for the monitor, and he will come with the monitor's head as well. And then probably the weakest figure for me in the wave is the Superman of Earth 2. So it's a slightly older Superman. Has he got the grey bits in the hair? I think there is some grey paint there in the can. He has got a bit of wrinkles. So actually, no, it's not too bad. Actually, on second thoughts, I think it's still probably the weakest figure of the wave, but I do still kind of like it. So that is Superman of Earth 2. And then the main event, the Monitor himself. What a great head sculpt I think we've got here. What a really nice head sculpt on the Monitor. Again, I like the cape, and I get the buttons in the right place at some point in my life. And we can see there again more details. Nice texturing as well on the cape, texturing on the gloves. Again, you've still got pins, so I know Todd could do with getting rid of some of these pins to try and get up there with more of the other modern, especially at these price points. We've got to get rid of the pins. Surely you've got to offer us something a bit different than this, really, for that price point. If we are going to step it up to a higher price point, we would expect higher quality, but this is just the same McFarlane qualities we had before, and those other ways, as I've shown, were nowhere near this price point. So that is that's rant over, I think, ladies and gentlemen. That is, I think I've made my point. I've kind of calmed down a little bit now, so I've got it off my chest. We've shared together. So as I say, bit of an unusual video for me, having a rant, but do leave your thoughts. I think that's the main thing about this video. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll have a good old chinwag, a good old British chinwag, a nice little discussion about what we've seen. So that is the Crisis on Infinite Earth wave. To summarise, I really do want it. I really do. Am I going to pull the trigger at that price point? Probably not. Let's hopefully it comes to a UK retailer, and that might save it for me. But at the moment, I don't think I can quite do it. Saying that, I'll probably press the end button here and then end up buying the wave. So, of course, that is toy collecting in a year of 2024. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Tickle that like button, press that notification bell, of course, and you'll be notified next time a video goes up. And if you haven't checked out the top 23 of 2023, do go and hit up the very last video on the channel. I will go through my top 10 figures of the year. It wasn't happening. Had to get it to 23. And there's a little cameo in there from a certain Displayed Once, fully not endorsed by Displayed Once. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Jay. This has been Jay's Toy Collection UK. And I'll see you, of course, on the next video. I will now press a fancy little button that says, thanks for watching. See you later, everybody.